Hi everybody, welcome to another pickups video, kind of an end of the summer thing here as we're getting into August is rolling and a lot of yard sale season and stuff's over, so we have a whole bunch of stuff, so stick around. Doesn't matter what you like, there's going to be something here. I think we'll start with video games. That's probably a smaller category here. We picked up quite a few PC games for us. We usually don't pick up very many. We have most of the ones we want anyway, but we picked up Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. This was my brother's. Got that off of him there. And then also Warlords Battle Cry 1 in the big box, which this is the one I mostly remember playing as 1.
Never played that.
But big box PC game stuff, not something you find anymore. It used to be around all the time. And then Warlords Battle Cry 3. And no, we did not pay that. That was the original price tag there. We actually found this in the Goodwill bargain room. So because it's not a big box too, it was like next to nothing. So pretty fascinating here as far as PC things. We'll find a whole lot there. We also grabbed a couple of Game Boy Advance games. Let me show those.
You found these.
Did I find those?
You found these.
That's right, I did find those.
This is Wing Commander Prophecy. And Stefan's favorite, Monkey Ball.
I hate Monkey Ball. Terrible at Monkey Ball. Don't even like Monkey Ball stages in other games. But we also found Captain Toad Treasure Tracker on the Wii U.
Toad.
So now so far we're up to 2 Wii U games.
Yes!
So eventually we'll complete the very small collection of games,
And shrinking.
And shrinking because a lot of stuff's getting ported. This was actually just ported to the Switch. But there are certain games that, even though they've been ported to the Switch or more than likely to be ported, that I still want the Wii U version, just because it's going to be a slightly different experience. There's going to be some features that are different or unique.
It was made for that system.
Right. Yeah. So some of these games I might have, the Wii U and then also get the Switch version, but other ones, there's very few that are porting over. They don't also want the original.
And after playing Mario, you have to play Toad.
Yes, after playing Mario Odyssey a lot, we gotta check that out. And we also have here a PSP 3000.
3000!
Yes, and I wanted to add one of these to the collection along with my 1000. Definitely don't like it as much. It feels so much more flimsy than the 1000 because it's smaller, it's a little bit leaner, and they replaced a lot of parts.
It better.
You like it, but it feels so much more fragile. And
I
things
like it better.
Because
a
lot of the parts that were metal in the 1000 are now plastic in the 2 and 3000.
I mean, I still like the Switch better. But
well, yeah. But I wanted to add a 3000 because of the TV functionality, especially with UMDs, be able to plug it into the TV and be able to watch UMDs, because I really like that format on TV as well as portable. It's a pretty cool thing there, and kind of video game related, but movies and things like that. Along with Game Boy Advance stuff, we found a whole handful of Game Boy Advance video.
Yes!
Which there were very few of these released.
The quality is amazing.
Oh yeah, it's pretty terrible, but it was cool back when it came out, and there was a ton of Nickelodeon, Disney, and Cartoon Network. So we got a couple of Cartoon Network collections here. The Cartoon Network collection limited edition has a lot of very late 90s, very early 2000s, like Johnny Bravo and Dexter's Laboratory, Courage Cowardly Dog, that kind of stuff, and special edition here. So there's a bunch of those. We grabbed 2 of those, and this is really cool. Dragon Ball GT Volume 1, the only volume released.
Yes.
GT. So that's really, really cool. There's not a whole lot anime-wise. I think this and like maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. There were only 3 full-length movies released on the format, and we got the only one of those I'm interested in.
I still don't understand how they put
Shrek.
That.
Because it's horrendous quality, both video and sound. But I think it was this, Shrek 2, and was it Shark Tale, whatever? I never saw it. It was one with... I forget who voiced him, but I never saw that, and Shrek 2 I don't really like that much, but Shrek, that's pretty cool.
Shrek's good.
And then, of course, Sonic X, not the Sonic cartoon that we're big fans of, the older one, but it's still cool to have that. So we got a handful of those, and I love different video formats, and then you have over there, you found...
I found something really cool. Bang, bang.
Yeah, bang, bang. There goes the monetization for the video.
No.
Gun promotion, no. For Super Nintendo there, and we also got the microphone for the GameCube.
So we can sing to each other.
Yeah, or play, what's that pinball game where it's like a samurai pinball game, I forget what it is, where you issue commands with it. No, you issue commands with the microphone or something.
You should sing commands.
But yeah, so we found that there. And is that it for gaming-wise?
That's it for games.
So gaming-wise, well,
we have one game.
One other game, non-video game.
This is a cool game.
Yeah, this is really cool. I was
we
happy.
need 2 more people to come play this with us.
A MASH trivia game. That's awesome.
How cool is this?
Yeah, we were just watching some MASH today. We were eating lunch.
MASH.
So.
MASH is awesome.
One of those shows you can watch over and over again, endlessly.
Gotta love MASH.
MASH, and then I guess we will move on to books, as we have a
books.
pack there.
Many books. these are all you got from your brother,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Yeah, big stack of Star Trek.
This one's cool. I've never read any crossovers with Star Trek, The Next Generation, and X-Men.
Yeah.
Don't know how that's gonna
Very,
work.
very
but
strange.
Kind of glad to have that. That's a cool thing. And then we have some of this series.
Yeah, this is the series we had some of before, but we basically traded up certain ones where like our copy is a little more beat up, and then see those two, and then what are the first two? Time to Born.
Time to be born and time to die.
Yep, a time to harvest, a time to love, a time to hate, a time to kill, Worf, kill, a time to heal, and a time for war and a time for peace. So I think we're missing one in this series.
I think one or two.
But there were a couple we didn't have, and a couple that we basically traded up copies to get better copies there.
And then kind of Star Trek-ish. It's Quantum Leap Captain.
But yeah, so let's go.
Yay.
Quantum Leap, yes. I think it's.
I don't think we have any Quantum
No, I think this is the
Leap.
first Quantum Leap
Which
book
is
we
cool.
have, so that's pretty interesting.
And then
Quantum
when
Leap.
I went, I found this.
Yes, yeah.
Alan Wake.
Yeah, which I played not that long ago. I did a review. I'll put that at the end of
And
the
I
video
watched
here.
some of
Yeah,
when
you watched some of
playing,
me
so-
playing it. Yeah, but you wanted to read the book
But
more.
I want to read the book version.
Mm-hmm.
I still think it should be a movie, though. I still think it would be a better movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially reading this.
Yeah, the way the story is structured, it's definitely like a Netflix miniseries or
Very
movie
cool.
forced into other things. But yeah, decent.
And then just as cool, Xena, Warrior Princess.
Yes.
We have almost all of these.
We're missing one book. We're missing one Xena book. So
close.
missing one. So I was glad to pick that up.
And then back to Star Trek.
Yes, and this was a similar thing where we had this series, but
The
we traded up some of our copies.
Invasion series.
Yes, and this is actually really good. I highlighted this in a video talking about Star Trek books like 2 or 3 years ago. This is a really cool one that
It is really
spans,
cool.
well, all 4 series, like up to, not including Enterprise or whatever.
Well,
but,
it was before Enterprise
before,
even
yeah.
existed.
But this was definitely one of the better crossover series. Thought it was very fascinating.
Ah! We have Charmed, which is a series that you like.
I
much
like, you
more
did not
than
like,
me.
yeah, you did not like it all.
It's just too Dawson's
But-
Creeky.
I know, but it's, I don't know. It was fun, and I have a thing for witches, so, you know. And then we just
for
got
you.
this morning, the Running Man. It's a great movie, never read the book, so I'm happy to grab this and check it out.
And we have 2 comics.
Mm-hmm.
This one's really cool. They're both hardback. This is The Joker. And I don't know. This picture on the front just spoke to me. Really liked it. So have not read that yet. And then just today we picked up Vlad the Impaler. Which, gotta have some Vlad.
That there.
Excited for that. And do books on tape.
Yeah, move
I
on.
have some books on tape. So
Oh, you
the
gotta
full-
skip the
the
one
full
I was looking at.
spectrum. The full spectrum. We have Terry Brooks. It's very respectable. Nice fantasy book on tape.
Yeah.
And then I had to buy this.
A wetter
I had-
fantasy.
I had to buy this. There was no. I had to. I saw it and I laughed and I said, you know what? I have to. We haven't listened to it yet. I really want to listen to it, but you have to be here.
I have to be here.
You have to be here. It's Fabio, pirate.
Need to
Yar.
light the fire and get
And
some cheap
the
wine
best-
first.
The best part,
I forgot
when
about
you
that.
open it up,
I forgot about that.
there's this collectible card inside. Look at that. He even signed his name for me. You see that? How awesome is that? I'm going to keep this forever. I can't wait to listen to this. It's going to be quality right there. Same quality as this.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. I can't
Save
wait.
Fabio for like a Halloween episode.
No.
Fabio, pirate.
He's fighting the goose.
Yes, pirate. Yeah, much better cassette.
Much better,
Much better cassette. I'm more
right.
interested in this.
I also found a Meatloaf Bat Out of Hell. This is 2?
2?
Yep.
You like 2? Yeah.
Bat Out of Hell 2.
Yeah.
I think I had this exact one. I had one of the Bat Out of Hell
Yeah.
ones, and I loved it.
Because we
I
found
love
that. I remember
Meatloaf.
we were just talking about Meatloaf, and then it was like the next morning we found this in a good
I
way.
love Meatloaf. He's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then do that one.
Oh, you want me to show this one?
That's
we
not
al-
mine.
And
It has nothing to
We
do
also found this morning another addition to the growing Judy Garland collection. Usually, mostly concerts. Actually, I think that's mostly what we have for Judy Garland.
I think she mostly did
But yeah, we have
concerts
Judy.
after.
We have Judy at Carnegie Hall in person. Doesn't say the
In
date,
person.
but yeah, it has the time of the show and whatever. But nice gatefold LP here.
So
So-
beautiful.
We don't collect a lot of vinyl, but every once in a while I see something that I want to pick up, and especially when it's the right price. You know, Goodwill bargain room just by weight, so very, very little there. Keeping on with Star Trek, I might as well pick up your crown jewel there.
Found this, and it was in a bag of toys, and I literally bought the bag of toys without looking at anything else because I saw this. It's my Picard.
Yes.
I'm so excited. He doesn't have his little phaser.
But he's in beautiful shape.
But he's in really good shape.
For a loose figure.
And I was just so happy, and I bought a bunch of crappy toys because Picard was in there.
Yeah.
So I had no choice.
Yeah.
I had to buy Picard because you never find these.
Yeah.
Where did they all go? They're in your house, aren't they?
They
must be somewhere.
a ton of Star Trek figures.
I know,
kid,
but
yeah.
you never find them now,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous. So
And
I was really happy.
That's one where we really want to have a short list of action figures that we want complete in box, like sealed, like forever, like. But most of them, we just want to get a bunch of loose action figures from old shows and have them just in like a toy chest, and thought that would be pretty cool. And I'm gonna switch over right here. I'll show you the toy chest that I found at a yard sale, a local yard sale. That's going to be one we're going to use for a lot of toys. So I thought it was really cool when I found it, and it was like $5, and so I hauled it back home. So I found this at a yard sale, giant Ninja Turtles Picard. But I thought that was really cool. It was a different,
That's for scale.
yeah, for scale there, a different turtle on each side, that kind of thing. There we go, Donatello there. So that was it. So for $5, that was pretty cool. You know, wood on the inside and pretty nice. So that'll be a future.
Like Vanna White.
You're Vanna White. That'll be a future toy chest there. All right, so we're going to move on to movies and that kind of stuff here, and picked up a few CEDs recently.
A few CEDs.
Yes. So
What?
we got the Cannonball Run.
Never heard of it.
Not one of those okay kind of goofy comedies that slaps together a giant cast of stars to really make the movie work.
Never turn out well.
Yeah, they're never that great. This is okay though, but this is cool too because it's one of the earliest Jackie Chan movies in the U.S. One of the earliest. You know, of course, he's playing a Japanese driver here, but yeah, it's an interesting, fun little movie. And then of course, I want to get all the Peter Sellers movies on CED. Well, on just about everything. But After the Fox.
Fox.
This is really funny, I think, underrated comedy. Not one of his absolute best pictures, but one I think it's kind of pushed aside and forgotten. Really funny, and has a wonderful theme song, gets stuck in your head forever. And then, of course, the Pink Panther Strikes Again. So, and this is Amanda's favorite Pink Panther movie, and one of my...
I like Dreyfus.
And one of my top 3, so that's really cool, and has a little rental thing there on the side. But, yeah, picked up 3 CEDs. That was pretty cool to add more to that collection that's growing and growing. And then on the other end there, completely sealed, which is awesome, we got the Skeleton Key on HD DVD.
I love that movie.
So this is pretty cool.
I love the ending.
The look and sound of perfect. I love that.
No.
So haunting. Just, and then on VHS, I guess we'll move. This is right next to me here.
We got some VHS.
Yeah, pick us a good thing.
What?
So Amanda found part of the Xena trilogy on Hercules' Legendary Journeys, the Gauntlet. So the middle chapter here, this was basically a trilogy of the 3 episodes that introduced the character of Xena on Hercules before the spin-off started.
Yay.
And we found the single VHS editions, which I had never seen before. I'd only seen those purple
I
double
still don't know how they
VHS
did
ones.
it.
Yeah, they're really long for, especially in North America, as far as length of VHS tapes. But the Narnia trilogy, obviously the newer Disney ones, the older BBC ones that were shown on PBS all the time. I love these; they're so much better
And
than
then you
those
got
new Disney ones.
scared. The sea monster came.
Oh yeah,
Stefan
when I was a
hid
little
under
kid.
the bed.
Yeah,
It was
but
when you were a little kid, like the last time you watched this.
Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe.
I was crying.
Yeah, and then Prince Caspian, Voyage of the Dawn Treader. So I love these.
So wholesome.
Yes, and the Silver Chair. Love those as a kid. Still really love them to this day. You know, Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe is obviously the most classic of them, but actually I've always preferred the Voyage of the Dawn Treader part of this middle chapter. I think is the best. You know, they rushed through the Prince Caspian to get that one started, but yeah, fantastic. And then of course
On the
found
other side of the
more,
spectrum.
yeah, some more. You know, Kevin Sorbo on VHS. I love this cover though. This not so great movie, Cull the Conqueror. I love
Wait,
the
Kevin
cover.
Sorbo with something not great?
Something not that great. Like yeah, it's. But yeah, this is actually, if you've never seen it, it is a fun, campy sword and sorcerer movie.
Courage conquers
Yeah,
all.
but it's not very good. But it is fun. There are some decent costume work here. Tia Carrera's in that, so her from Relic Hunter, things like that. And it is fun. It's a lot of cheesy Sorbo. It's actually, this is saying a lot for him, but it's actually some of his worst acting. I've seen him do far better acting in like little indie films even than this. I don't know what happened here. Partially it's the writing. The writing is not very good. But yeah, this was a fun movie. I remember checking it out in theaters because it came out when like Hercules was still very popular, and this was originally supposed to be the next Conan movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, because the story is actually taken from a Robert E. Howard Conan story, and they turned it into a Cull story. So it's really kind of neither, but it's kind of both. So they got Kevin Sorbo, but Kevin Sorbo didn't want to play Conan the Barbarian because that was already established with Arnold, and he thought that would make it automatically fail. He didn't want to step into those shoes, so they changed it to Cull. And then it has kind of like a garage band rock soundtrack that doesn't fit the movie at all, and like it's all bizarre. It has some really cheesy comedy lines, but if you don't take it seriously, it can actually be a lot of fun. So it's a funny, goofy action movie. I want to look out for Laserdisc for that.
Laserdisc?
Yeah, it's on Laserdisc. So.
On Laserdisc.
Yes, and we also picked up on a whole bunch of DVDs. Following the trend still, 2018 is not over, so the year of the DVD collection expanding is not over. It just keeps happening. Picked up another Dragon Dynasty DVD here. This is one we actually had.
Gotta catch 'em.
Yeah, we are going to go for a complete collection on DVD for those. But this is Tony Jaa's The Protector, which is still my favorite film of his. We had this, but we had a former Blockbuster rental that was missing the second disc. So that
but it has a
wanted to get that.
Blockbuster sticker.
Yeah, so
we
we still have that, but we
it.
just had disc 1, which is just the theatrical version. Disc 2 is the international, so we didn't have that. So now we have the complete thing. 2 disc set here. A movie that we got brand new sealed that will probably stay that way because I've seen it before, and maybe I'll watch it again down the road at some point. But Jackie Chan and Johnny Knoxville from Jackass, Skip Trace. There are a handful of Jackie Chan movies that I think are the kings of the bottom barrel. If someone asks me like what are the bad Jackie Chan movies, the ones to avoid, there's a handful of names that I will always say consistently. And out of them, this might be my least favorite. It might not be the absolute worst. It's pretty close though. But this, I forced myself to finish watching it. I watched it on Netflix one time, and I had to force myself to finish it. I hated this movie.
Never watched it.
But we are gonna have a complete Jackie Chan. If Jackie Chan's in the movie, it goes in the collection. So it'll probably stay sealed. One that will be opened, even though I have the whole series on Laserdisc. This was really cool to find, completely sealed. The TMC Turner Classic Movies Greatest Classic Films Collection, the first 4 of the Thin Man movies, and I have all 6 of them on Laserdisc in a box set. But this is really cool, and I can't wait to watch those. And beautiful cover, one of the best sort of married couple comedy mystery series ever. Love
that's
that.
That's our life.
Yes, that's our life. We're Nick and Nora. And then we have The Secret Life of Geisha, A&E documentary. I watched that. That was pretty interesting. So. Nice little documentary there. And this, I really like it. Good, cheesy, romantic comedy from the 60s. I can't go wrong with that.
No.
Robert Redford and Jane Fonda.
You can't go wrong with that.
You can't. Barefoot in the Park. Not something Amanda would watch, but this is great. I really, really enjoyed this one. This is just a lot of fun. You just want to have fun, hour and a half, 2 hours. Get that. I'll let you show this because this is...
Very excited. We already have this, but it's one of the...
Not a very good DVD version, so we got a better one.
This is one of the cardboard copies. So like the old
school
DVDs of The Hobbit, and it's sealed, and it's beautiful, and I'm so excited. I love The Hobbit so much. Unless Peter Jackson does it, and then he's going to ruin it, and make me sad.
I know. We both love the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the Peter Jackson movies.
Amazing. That up? I don't know how.
And we hate the Hobbit movies. This is significantly better.
It hurts me.
But yeah, so we got that. So that was fun to get.
But that's great.
Yeah, and then not so great.
I don't know why you got that.
You do know why I got this, even though it's
stupid reason. Why
it's horrible. It's horrible. But the Hulk, and yes, the one that has been basically erased from. Marvel history.
For good reason.
I love Ang Lee. He is like one of my absolute favorite directors.
Ang Lee should not be making the
Exactly,
Hulk.
but that's the problem.
Why?
This is not the type of movie he should be directing.
I don't know why he thought that was a good idea.
Yeah,
like,
it didn't work. It doesn't work at all. But you can see what he was going for. It's very comic book. Like, even a lot of times the frames will look like the broken like cells of like a comic, and like you can see what he's going for. But you can also see that like he's not like a comic book person. It's not really the type of movie he should be doing.
No.
But it is interesting, and yeah, I pretty much get everything he directs. So I had to grab that. One we will agree on that we both enjoy.
Yeah.
So with Drew Barrymore.
I love Drew
Ever
Barrymore.
After.
This movie.
This is really good. This is probably one of the best Cinderella adaptations I've ever seen. Like,
No.
Really?
My Cinderella is the best Cinderella of all the Cinderellas.
I know what you're talking about.
I love my Cinderella.
I know what you're talking about, but you got it. This is really good.
This is really good, but it's not the same as
I know
my
the one you're talking
Cinderella
about. Yeah,
with Billy Barty, because Billy Barty's the
I
best.
know, but no, I like this is really good. I really love this one. So that's a fantastic one there.
And this was a great date movie.
Yes, this was one of our first date movies, Zombieland. So this is pretty funny. A real man. That's something from the movie here. Yeah, this was one of our first date movies, so I was happy to grab that. But Zombieland.
Oh my god.
From 1,000 years ago now.
You're calling me old?
Yeah.
You're calling me old?
Yeah.
And then the only one of its kind, the only one,
Yes.
the only one,
The only good one. Not
the only one.
Okay, yes. Show your...
Casper, friendly ghost, with the really sexy daddy. I like him a lot. He's really hot.
So that is a now classic children's movie. I feel like for people who grew up in the 90s, it's a now classic children's movie.
I love this movie so much.
And then a classic children's movie from the 80s, and to me, the only Annie. So
No,
I love this.
no, the other Annie is very good.
90s one's okay.
Which Annie do you like better? Do you like
90s one's
80s
okay, and
or 90s Annie?
Yeah, or the 2000s one, the 2011, 12, whatever, the more recent one.
Which Annie is your favorite Annie?
But I just love this. I love everyone in the cast.
That is a really...
Albert Finney, Carol Burnett, Bernadette Peters, just Anne Reeking, and Tim Curry. Come on, Tim Curry. You can't go wrong. As soon as Tim Curry's in the movie, it's automatically the best Annie. Like,
That's not how that works.
But everything about it, and to me, like Carol Burnett, her portrayal of Miss Hannigan was just perfect. Like everything, I love this movie. All the music in here is some of the catchiest. This is one of those family, musical, kid-friendly movies that the music sticks with you forever. I still hear it in my head all the time. It's just a fantastic
And this one
movie.
has special features.
Yeah, this is some pretty cool special features because it's the special anniversary edition. So it actually has the one who played Annie, filmed, what was it, 2004, I think, whatever, around 2004-ish, and an interview with her talking about memories of filming the movie and some cool things there. So that's really cool. Another classic of the 80s. You still have to watch this. You have not seen this, right?
I think I've seen parts of it.
This is...
I'm pretty sure I've seen parts of it. I don't think I've...
Don't fuck with the babysitter. But Adventures
now
in Babysitting.
Now it's not going to be monetized.
This is amazing. I love this movie. This is
that looks so 80s.
It's incredibly 80s, and that's why I love it.
You can always tell something's 80s.
Yeah, of course. That's why it's great. But yeah, this is just...
has that Goonies feel to it.
It does. It kind of actually does. But Elizabeth Shue, this is my favorite movie that she's in by far. I love this movie. I can watch that movie forever.
He loves it.
Great. That's a great movie. If you've been watching my channel, you saw not that long ago I did a Lasers pickup of
another sexy man.
the 90s animated series, 90s mini series of The Odyssey, and now I picked up a DVD copy. Just have a second copy of it here, another format.
I love that movie miniseries.
Yes, it's great miniseries. So grab that brand new on DVD. Add it to our giant Mill Creek collection. We have so many things that Mill Creek has put out.
You have to be 80 years old to buy that.
Yes, a lot of them. We also got another copy of Entrapment with Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones. We have a pan scan DVD, so I wanted to pick up the special edition, widescreen edition here with some special features, and another one that I want to get on Laserdisc eventually.
That's another sexy man.
But it's a late
Sean
release.
Connery.
So but it doesn't matter if you it doesn't matter what you like. If you like men or women, there's some great sex appeal in this movie. That's one of its biggest selling points. So it was when it came out too, but it's actually a pretty fun heist movie. I think that's forgotten. I think people just remember the poster and they just remember Catherine Zeta-Jones going through the lasers and Sean Connery. I think people just remember that and don't remember that it's actually a really fun heist movie. One that we still need to watch. It's sealed. We actually found this at the dollar store.
This is so sad.
We were at the dollar store looking for stuff, and we happened to see they had some DVDs at the dollar store.
Which is weird.
And which, I normally don't see.
And then
I was looking through, I'm like, is that Brendan Fraser? That's Brendan Fraser, and I picked it up. Is that Colin Meaney behind him? what is this? I have no idea what this movie is. And it might be horrible, I don't know, but I love both those gentlemen,
Well,
so that's...
If it's in the dollar store, and it's like a bank robbery movie with the two of them.
It's bizarre. It's just like, and it's a weird pairing, and like, we still have to watch this. Like, it's sitting on the shelf, and like, we gotta check this out, but like, just because they're in it, I had to grab it.
Let us know.
Yeah, let me know if you know what this movie is, but... Yeah, as a fan of Deep Space Nine, as a big fan of Brendan Fraser,
I love Brendan Fraser.
For both of these guys, like we both like them. We had to get that, especially for $1. Can't go wrong with that. Also picked up Jackie Chan's The Myth, and this is the Butcher North American version here. It's not the full like Hong Kong cut or anything like that, but it's still a pretty decent and fun movie. So add that to the Jackie collection, and we also added another version of Army of Darkness, the Screwhead edition, on DVD. We just had a very kind of generic DVD copy of that, so wanted to add that. That's pretty cool there. It includes both endings, which is nice. Our other DVD copy does not. Includes both the domestic and
since
international
Ash and the Evil Dead are going to be gone, we're going to have something to watch.
Yeah, we've got to get more and more of that.
Don't get angry.
So
Don't get angry.
Don't get angry. Oh, here you go. There's that. That's a very...
Oh my gosh, I love this movie. I love this movie so much. It's another... Why are all my movies in the, like, crappy cardboard case?
It's alright. We'll have that one on Laserdisc, too. It's fine. But yeah, because...
This is Lost in Space. The real Lost in Space.
I like the original series.
I like the original series, too, but
that's a fun, campy movie.
This was a really good version.
It's full of a lot of 90s people. Like, it's another one of those, like, if you're outside the 90s, you might not recognize everyone, but during the 90s, like, you know everyone.
How do you not recognize these people?
How
do you not recognize these people?
If you showed that to our younger siblings, they wouldn't know who they were.
They don't know what anything is.
They don't know what anything is. Yeah. Another movie that I've always wanted to check out, because I missed it in theaters. I don't remember why. I remember
you
wanting to
missed
see
it in theaters
it,
in, like, the 20s?
This is not...
Oh, that's right. That's the one that's not.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
They tricked me. They tricked me.
Yeah, so a modern silent picture of The Artist. So I missed it in theaters, so I wanted to see it. Was able to grab that on DVD, so...
I'm sorry, when I see black and white things, I just assume it's, like, from the 20s.
You just assume. Yeah, I do watch a lot of 20s and 30s stuff, but especially 30s. One that you found, which is kind of cool. I like this. TV's Merriest Episodes, TV Guide Spotlight.
You like Christmas episodes, and I think that's really weird.
It is weird. But I really like this because... You know, out of all these shows, these are the kind of shows that, you know, with two exceptions here, these are the kind of shows that I remember catching a random episode every once in a while on TV, but they're not ones I would actually want to buy full seasons of. So I like getting these themed episode collections to at least have an episode or so of some of these various series throughout the, you know, 70s, 80s, and 90s.
What's in this collection?
But we have one that already goes against that rule. The first one, there's Bewitched, which hold multiple copies of the whole series. The Partridge Family, another one, you know, that I wouldn't want a whole lot of. The Cosby Show, Third Rock from the Sun, Just Shoot Me, News Radio, The Flying Nun, Roseanne, Married with Children, Love and Marriage, The Ellen Show, which, not the talk show, when she had her actual show, that should never have existed, The Nanny.
I love The Nanny.
That 70s show, which was good for the first couple seasons, but so it's a lot of different shows that I wouldn't necessarily want whole seasons of, but it's cool to get that. I'd love to have another thing kind of like that. So we moved on from there, and then we found a couple other things at Goodwill. We found the Blue and the Black. So we find very few Shaw Brothers movies, so that was cool to grab there. And this one I haven't watched yet though. Happy Birthday. I haven't watched that one yet.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
That looks so happy. That's what you look like when you say happy birthday. It doesn't look happy when you say
happy birthday, but so I will check that one out. And then, this is great. The first Elvira movie, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. So this is a lot of campy fun. I mean, just like her show and everything.
Elvira's not serious? Oh
yeah,
God.
Yeah. The movie is a lot of fun. Cassandra Peterson. So that's really good. Down to a couple more here.
We found a Star Trek collection. Is this a fan collection? Yeah.
Yeah.
A time travel fan collection.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
So time travel themed episodes from the various Star Trek shows, and this is one of the few. There are a bunch of different collections that were put out in the 90s and early 2000s on VHS, Laserdisc, and then DVD. And this is one of the few that was not on Laserdisc, so I wanted to grab that on DVD.
How dare they?
I know, it's like a sin. But I really like a lot of older cartoons. I'm much more of a Hanna-Barbera guy, but there's some that I also like. I also love Betty Boop. So this was really cool. Another one of these. There are always massive collections of really old cartoons, especially from like 30s and 40s particularly, but it's been outside that range as well. But primarily from the next 22 hours. of classic cartoons. So this is
Joy.
really cool. And I liked it because of the case. The tin case here was pretty cool. So with Superman, Popeye the Sailor, Betty Boop, 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 Bee Doop, Mighty Mouse, Woody Woodpecker, Casper, Little Audrey, Clutch Cargo, Felix the Cat, Gabby, Herman the Mouse, Molly Moo Cow, Hunky and Spunky, Little Lulu, Colonel Bleep, Mutt and Jeff, Mellow Tunes, Max Fletcher's Color Classics, Toontown, so a whole bunch of stuff there.
Disney all
Really
the way.
cool. No.
Disney all the way.
She's so Disney, I'm not. Other side. But I guess we'll go over that side. We have a couple more.
Yeah,
and
we got a couple more. I also found some spoons.
some spoons.
I don't know, I thought these were really cool. I was really
Salad
sad.
fingers.
I was really sad that they didn't work. I love salad fingers. They should make a movie of salad fingers. I found some Pokemon spoons from, I think, Kellogg's cereal that you would send away for. They don't work. Like, they don't make noise. I don't know how to, like, change the battery. If anyone knows how to change the battery in these, let me know. Because I would love if they worked, but I don't want to break it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's not something you want to, like,
I don't know if you can on these. So.
rip it apart, but still really cool to have. Then we got some toys. Some other. Oh my gosh, they're all coming apart.
Speaking of Hanna-Barbera,
Yeah.
we got Yogi Bear. Yeah, she really does not like Hanna-Barbera, but I love Hanna-Barbera. That was the greatest thing about early Cartoon Network, like late night Cartoon Network or like summer marathons, getting all the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I loved that.
And we got
then,
some.
I got that.
We got.
My big babies, I can't believe we found those toys.
So we got Miss Piggy and Fonzie, and I was really excited because I love Muppet Babies. They're so great.
Yes.
And is this the Pizza Hut one?
Yeah, those are Pizza Hut, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Just like the Land Before Time, Eureka's Castle.
Why? Oh, Eureka's Castle.
Yeah, and we found the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
I used to be able to put my whole hand in here and manipulate this. I can't do it.
It's doing to me. But yeah, those were Pizza Hut. So we both remember doing that with the Scholastic, I think it was, with all the the reading stuff. And you end up getting like coupons for a personal pan pizza, and you get a little hand puppet.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. I don't think.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Do they do that? I don't know, but they should.
Yeah. So the last two things here, right? The last two. You have one
the
thing there.
last one.
Oh, I have one
you have one too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have one.
Yeah, you found that this morning.
So I found this this morning, and I got it for Stefan.
But too small.
For me to wear.
For you to wear.
It's
Rocky.
And it's white, and I never get white shirts because I'm going to destroy it. But that's okay, because it's Rocky.
Yes.
And what does Rocky say?
What do you mean, what does Rocky say?
This is Adrian! And then you got something really weird.
there are
Yay!
Yes. For the sort of media library, the museum section of that, there are a bunch of different video formats over the years where I would like an example of it, but I won't necessarily want to search for a player or make sure it's working. You know, just there are things I collect, and there are things that I'm not going to bother collecting. Just want an example of or something. And I knocked one off the list. So Sony's U-matic tape, and this was cool because I found it in the bargain room, and it's in good shape. And I just wanted something that had something interesting recorded on it, because it wasn't one that was, a format that was in like rental stores or things like that with movies or whatever.
Nobody knows what that is except for you. No one knows what that
People
means.
will know what that is. A lot of old people watch my channels. But
now
anyway.
he just insulted you.
Yeah.
He thinks you're old.
Yeah, but I'm old heart. So anyway, so Sony U-matic tape, and something that I just wanted an example of. There are lots of different random video formats over the decades. I wanted one. Someone recorded Road to the Olympia, it looks like, on here.
And then recorded over it.
And probably recorded over it with something, who knows, like, family porn, whatever. Who knows?
Family porn?
It could be something weird on here. Or it could be just somebody's baseball game. Who knows what it is.
Like family porn? Like sister and brother?
No. I mean, like husband and wife recording for
who?
Not incest, for themselves, not incest.
Oh my god.
What's wrong with you? What? My mind went to like a husband and wife, and you're like, what? A brother and a sister? And
what are they recording it for?
Jesus, whatever.
Oh
But anyway,
my
so I
God.
found a Sony U-matic.
What's wrong with you?
It's twisted, but
I'm twisted.
But anyway, so Sony U-matic tape. So I was able to knock one random thing off the list. So. This is a long one. It's going to take forever to upload this thing.
Oh, no.
But we found, a variety of stuff. And again, as usual, a good chunk of it was DVDs. If you've been watching my channel since I started, you notice, like, it hasn't been that much DVD heavy until this year has just been ridiculous.
Something happened.
Yeah, no idea why. We've been finding because it's mostly thrift stores and stuff. Because like it'd be different if we were going physically to like buying stuff new at Walmart or whatever stores. But
I thought you say like the video store.
But
There's
like
no
video store. But no,
anymore.
because it is mostly thrift stores. It's like for a long time we weren't finding that many DVDs that weren't scratched to hell or like So we've been finding a lot of sealed stuff lately. We've been picking up a lot of them. And even some of these that are opened, picked up months ago, and like the Elvira I found brand new sealed, and I watched it recently. So we've been lucky with finding new or like pristine DVDs this past calendar year for some reason at thrift stores for $1 or $2. So lots of great stuff. And now we're gonna go put it all back where it belongs.
I don't like this part.
I know this part takes forever.
Anyone want to come over and put it away?